Today's Albion Online video is all about slow flip profit, how to slow flip, how to make silver slowly by using the market. And what I mean by slow flip is, you're not going to get paid for about 3 to 7 days or even 21 to 30 days. Let's get into it. I'm going to teach you how to do it. I'm surprised more people aren't doing this. I do this sometimes with and without premium. You can make a new character, get it the 3 days of premium, and then have all your markets set up that way. For this video, I'm not going to do that though, but it would save you on taxes. Let's go. So how do you figure out what items to flip? It's real simple, and you just have to be completely random with it, and I'll explain, alright? So one of my methods is up here in the top right. I'm going to click the rankings button. I'm going to sort by PvP fame this week, and then I'm going to look at what these players are using, right? So I'll click Jovum's in here. I guess Juan's on vacation this week because he's not on here. But yeah, we're just going to check out some of his kills. All right, looks like this guy's a Twitch streamer too, whatever. And we'll see that he's using a Prowling Staff, Demon Helmet, Armor of Valor, and Demon Boots, right? So I might hypothetically take this build and try to shop around it. In case this guy dies, he might rebuy, but that's not really, I'm not after his sales, I'm just after the most popular build of the time sales, right? So if I hold the Windows button, Shift, and push S for screenshot, it darkens my screen and I can draw a box around his build. My computer just made a noise, that's me, don't worry about it. And now I have a little screenshot, and I'll show you what that looks like, of his build, and it looks just like this. So I've screenshotted the build, and I'm going to scoot this to the left on my other monitor, alright? And that's how we do this the easy way. So now that the build is on my other monitor, we can then go ahead and shop for it. So I'm going to open the market. Now, I'm not going to buy exactly what he wears. I'm going to do it my own way. So first off, we have a Prowling Staff, okay? And I don't want to flip tier 3 Prowling Staffs, but, you know, in case I did, they're pretty good margins. These aren't bad. Look, here's what I'm looking at, okay? And if you can't see this, there's a little arrow right here. You can expand it, and you can see that if I put a buy order in for this Prowling Staff, I would pay 3,510. So I'm going to show you now. So I'm just going to uppercut the current buy order price by 1 and put a buy order, except, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it for good quality and better, all right? There we go. Okay, and so now I have a buy order here for 3,510, and let's go back to Prowling real quick, and we can see, I'm going to switch it to the 4-week view count and see how much they're selling per day. We don't care about this little first bubble, we care about the ones behind it, because those are already completed days. So this is day 1, 44, day 2, 27. I'm looking at the sold count, not the average price count. 86. All right, 153, 109. So there are people buying this item. This is not a dead item. This is not something that would take forever to either acquire or sell through. And so I would try to average how many are sold per day. So let's go with the lowest here, 27, right? And let's go with something high, 86, and meet in the middle. Yeah, it looks like it's 20 to 80 per day, and so I would be in the middle, about 60 or so. I'm going to do 1/3 of 60, so 60 divided by 33% is 181. No, that's incorrect. That is absolutely incorrect. So that'd be like 60 divided by 3 would be 20, right? So hypothetically, if I was flipping this item, I would want to buy 20 of them, like so. There we go. And so what would be the profit on this flip? And it's, again, it might take a few days, but if I have 15,595, I'm going to undercut this number by 1, okay? And how many did I say? 20? And I'm sorry, yeah. 15,596. We're going to subtract that by the cost. And this is just rough math. This is napkin math, okay? So it's a profit of like 12,000. Well, there's some change. We're going to round it down. 12,000 silver times 20 is a profit of 240,000 silver. And all I'm paying, the only risk that I'm taking right now, the risk is the listing fee. And by putting 20 on, I'm going to pay the setup fee of 1,755. You get your setup fee back when you do the sale, but you lose on the taxes, okay? So there we go. So again, very, very low risk item right here. Now, remember the screenshot I took? This is not how I do things because, I mean, this is a tier 3 item. I just want to show you an example. So I'm going to go to Prowling Staff. Okay, there we go. We got Prowling Staff back up again. And I'm going to start with a 4.3 Prowling Staff. I think this is some good money here. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know yet. I have no idea. I'm just picking this item at complete total random. Alright, so I'm going to hit buy. We can see that the difference between the two is about 40,000 right now. But how many sell per day? 8, 13, 6, 6. So I don't want to buy a lot of these. They don't sell a lot. So what I would do is go buy order, uppercut by 1. And I'm just going to do 1 at good quality. I think good quality is good enough. Alright. And then we'll create a buy order. There we go. Alright. And now, the equivalent of 4.3, if you know what you're doing, is 5.2. So I'm going to go to 5.2. There we go. You see, it's about the same price. About the same price. But is the buy order the same price? And the answer is no. It's actually a better deal. We actually end up making about 20 to 30,000 more silver if we flip this item instead, right? So, again, I'm just going to go to the 4-week forecast here and see how many sells. 0, 0, 25. That's weird. 0. Not a lot of sales here. Not a lot of sales. But it looks like there's at least 30 sales a week. That's all I care about. About 30 a week. Okay. So I'm going to buy order, uppercut by 1. I'm just going to buy 1 because, again, this is going to take a week, right? This is going to take a whole week. All right. And now what is the equivalent of 5.2? That would be 6.1. All right. And then let's look at the margins on this one. This one's 148,000 difference, okay? Pretty good. All right, and uppercut by 1. How many sell, though? 1, 0, 1, 0, 2, 5, 1, 3. Not a lot, right? It looks like in 2 weeks we can maybe sell through 10. So this is going to be a pretty rough one to do. But we're going to offer 1 more silver than everyone else and put that on the market. And again, our risk is only 5,002. If we don't buy this, we lose 5,002. And if I have to uppercut this later, yeah, you pay another little setup fee thing, but whatever. But again, the margins are 149,000 silver for this single item, okay? And there we go. All right, and then tier 7 is the equivalent of 6.1, so let's go to that. And you can see the margins are 200, almost 200,000. But again, we have less being sold here, especially we have like 4 more actually. Looks like so far more recently, but a lot of zeros. So again, a slow flip, but this one is technically better than the tier 6.1 for some reason. So I'm going to go ahead and offer 290,000. And once I end up buying it, I can just list it cheaper than these guys by 1 silver and make my money back, you know, massively, okay? So there we go. We have now successfully tried to flip the Prowling Staff, okay? And next up would be the Armor of Valor. And so I would do the same thing, Armor of Valor, okay? And we're going to start with the tier 7 and just kind of work our way backwards, all right? You can see here the margins are really good. This is 140,000 difference. And you can also see... sales are real low on this one. Real low. So this would take a minimum of 1 to 2 weeks to probably profit off of. But hey, that's 140,000 profit, and I'm only paying 1,515 silver at the chance of it. So that's pretty good. And then we just go down the line, and I'm gonna rapid fire this one for you so you can kind of see what this looks like. And there we go. And then 5.2. And again, you'll notice I'm not even checking the sales volumes anymore. I'm just going for it, right? So there we go. And then that'd be 4.3 Armor of Valor. And I'm always buying the good quality ones because, you know, these aren't the best margins, but it's still profit. And there we go. Now we did the armor. So now we have, what is this? Demon helmet? Demon helmet was next. That's what he's wearing. And we can see the margins are double. Like, I'm paying 41K. I'm going to sell it for 99K. So there we go. You know, crank that up 1 and then 5.2. And I'm going to go ahead and just repeat this and show you the results. So you're not sitting here watching me do it. All right, so as you can see here, I have, this was the example in 20 Prowling Staffs. And what you do throughout the day is you just go to the market, you click edit, and you see if you're the top listing. If you aren't, you adjust it, you pay the fee, and you continue about your day. That's all you do. So I'm going to show that now. We have the bag from the build. We're the top bid. We have the mount. We're the top bid. Again, this bag, we're the top bid. We have the armor here. We're top bid. And I just placed these, so I should be top bid. All right. And this is one successful flip. And now, let me tell you why I flip like this, okay? So let's say, and let me pull up the image once again. Remember, this guy was on top of the PvP kill boards today. Or for the week, rather, right? This guy right here. This is his build. Jovumzin, okay? So let's say I buy the items with my buyout, and then after I list them for a long time, they don't sell. Let's say the worst case scenario... oh, I'm drawing on it. Worst case scenario is that you end up buying the items, as in you're paying silver for it, and then you're stuck with the items and no one wants them anymore. Well, guess what? Because this is a proven and good PvP build, you're still not at a loss, because you can just take these items and go kill people with it. Assuming you have the specialization that he has and the knowledge of how to use the build, I guess, if you have the ability to play it. So... this is where my second recommendation comes in. When you find someone using a cool PvP set, you should compare it to your own specializations, and if you can make use of those items, then it's not a complete total loss. The reason I say this is that if you're just setting on a whole bunch of silver, like right now, I'm setting on 83 million on this character, and I'm gonna be real, I have 3 billion liquid sitting in storage, okay? That silver is useless. If I took that 3 billion and just did this all over for everything in the game, it would turn into 9 to 10 to 20 billion within a month. All right? It multiplies that quickly. And when you have that much silver, you don't even have to play the game anymore. You just buy tomes. You don't have to go grind or level up. You can, oops, I died with 8.3. Let's go again. Haha. Right? And the reason I don't play 8.3 and go PvP is my internet sucks. But look at that. I've already got 4 sales. Look at this. I have already gotten 4 things sold. And let's take a look at... I'm going to go ahead and claim all here. And we're going to relist it immediately, right? And so we have this bag that we... let's see. It should show up here. Let's pick one. We bought the Smuggler's Cape for 100,000 silver. Okay, so let's do Smuggler's Cape. And all I'm going to do is sell order. I'm going to knock it down by 1 single silver. And when it sells, I'm going to get, after the taxes here and the setup fee, I'm going to receive 158,000. So I paid 100,000. I'm going to receive 158,000. That is 58,000 silver profit, okay? Same thing with the horse. I paid 9,300 with 12,000. In this case, I'm going to receive 11,000. So this is only 2,000 profit. This one here, you can see, is 3,000 profit. This one is very low, only 1,000 profit. So those are very low margins because, again, bags and mounts are constantly traded. But you can see that there is a big difference between some of these items, right? Like, let's look at these boots. 28 to 79, that's not the best one. I think weapons are probably better to compare. You'll notice for the cape, I just stayed in Tier 4. Tier 4, flat, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3. Yeah, let's look at the weapon here. So yeah, that's like 70,000. Again, these are good margins, all right? 149,000, and then the taxes are going to knock it down slightly, but it's fast silver. Now, this is just one set in one town. So what I would do is, if I'm still flipping this same set of items, I'm not going to just do it in Bridgewatch. I'm going to go to Limhurst, and then I'm going to go to Fort Sterling, and then I'm going to go to... You get the idea. So you would just town hop. I would do this in every single town. Now, Caerleon's a little different because the sales volumes in Caerleon is way, way lower. And people that generally do market stuff aren't as lazy. Alright, the thing is that you may be wondering, Swolbagy, why would anyone sell you the item for that cheap? Why wouldn't they just list it themselves? And the answer... you should know this is laziness. As you know, they added a quick sell button here. Like, if you go to sell and you have an inventory full of crap, there's a quick sell button. The quick sell button sells it to the highest sell order. So that is exactly how I got that horse, those bags, and that cape earlier. Someone got lucky in, like, somewhere in a dungeon, maybe, in the depths or in PvP, and they rode back to town and they hit quick sell, and then I got the item for cheap. And I'm able to resell it. Alright? So, yeah, let's look at Prowling real quick in Caerleon. We'll do 5.2 Prowling. Let's see the diff here. So, okay, we don't want excellent, though. I guess there's only excellence for sale. Yeah. So Caerleon gets a little weird with its items, right? Yeah, so we can buy this at 111,000 and then sell it for, like, almost triple. But Caerleon, like I said, these sales volumes are so low on items, it might take a whole month. So let's check. 0, 0, 0, 0. Look, so like 2, 2, 1. All right, we're like 2 weeks in now. We've sold 5. There's been like 5 or 6 sold. So the sales volume is very, very low. But you can see there's almost no buy orders, so that means there's no one really competing for this item, right? You can see like this guy overcut this guy by 1, right? And then this guy's just kind of been sitting on his number for quite a while now. There's only 3 people competing for this item, right? So as long as you log in, you know, a few times a day and check your buy orders, you can be the highest offered person. And so when this thing eventually does drop and someone quick sells it, which doesn't happen as often in Caerleon because people are smarter and they're less lazy for Caerleon. I don't know how that is. That's just part of the, that's just how Caerleon is. Then there you go. You just acquired an item. Now the problem with Caerleon is getting it out of Caerleon or reselling it. Again, there's less buyers in Caerleon, so once you do a successful flip, it does take longer to sell the item back to a player. And the thing is, you can also maybe sell it to the black market, but you gotta get that's a whole separate ballpark, and you'd have to keep track of what you bought it for, and it's just a big mess, really. Alright, so Benji, so what's the best stuff to flip? I don't want to go at random. I don't want to just pick out random PvP profiles, and I don't exactly have anything maxed out yet, so I don't really have a set that I could flip on my own. What's the best stuff? I know you know. So the best flips are the items that are the most used items in the game. Alright, the most used items, what do the majority of the player base use, what weapons, what armors, and so on, okay? So what is the most used items? I know you know. It differs between servers. Do you want to know? You want me to tell you? Become a channel member. Woo! Click the join button down below. Bing, 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 bing. Bells and whistles. All right, listen. I don't have sponsorships on my video. I'm not here trying to sell you a food delivery service or a VPN or Raid Shadow Legends. I don't do that crap. What I do is rely on channel members like you. Get it? To click that join button down below. It's $5 a month. The money and payment is through YouTube, so you know it's legit. No weird Patreon crap. And I get maybe less than half of that, but it does help the channel. It helps grow the channel. And the only reason I'm able to even continue making Albion videos at all is because of channel members. The ad rates for Albion is the lowest out of any game ever, honestly. So I can't pay bills doing this YouTube stuff, but I can afford some food thanks to channel members. So click that join button down below, and I do apologize if it's right below the video. If you don't see a join button, that has to do with your country of origin, and I have no other alternatives to be able to give you this info, okay? So channel members will actually get an updated video today with the most used items on all 3 servers. I'm going to do all 3 servers for them. So again, it's $5 a month. You can watch all the videos once, and yeah, there you go. And as long as you stay a channel member, you can always rewatch the videos. But again, let's get back to the video. Alright, so if that's a slow flip, then what's a fast flip? So a fast flip is usually also referred to as a salvage flip, which channel members have a whole lot of info on. But like, for instance, we have this Elder's Hellgate Ritual 10v10 lethal, right? 128,500 silver. Let's go ahead and buy this sucker here. There we go. And so yeah, we're down 128,500 silver, but not for long. And again, this is a salvage flip. This is a fast flip. This is not what the video is about. The video is about slow flipping, which is way more profitable because, well, it is. All right, so I'm going to salvage this. I'm going to get 10 tier 8 souls and 64,878 silver. So there we go. And if we take, what is that, 128,500 subtracted by the, what, 68,000 silver. Now we're only down 60,000 silver, like, rounded, of course, okay? And then we have, again, we have the 10 tier 8 souls. And then we just go quick sell the souls here, and that's 75,000. So 64 plus 75,000, just do the math. 64 plus 75, that's 139,000, so we profited like 11,000. It's that's a fast flip for you. All right, that's a salvage flip, and there's other fast flips, but again, channel members only. Anyway, I hope that this video helped you, but there's a lot of other ways to just randomly pick things. You could go to like an AI website and be like, name a random item. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna open a random like little AI slop site, and I'm gonna be like, name a random Albion Online armor, okay? And it's going to name a random one. It says Guardian Armor. Boom! Alright, so then I go Guardian Armor. And I have it toggled the weapons for some reason. Let's go 5.2. And you can see the flip is like 24,000 there. So again, if you want to go random, you can. If you want to use the leaderboards, you can. You could even search like PvE fame, but PvEers don't really die as much as PvPers. You could just inspect random people. Let's inspect this guy. Okay, he's naked. This guy, naked. This guy. Okay, what the hell is this? That's the ugliest build I've ever seen. Tier 2 staff with a... Huh? Anyway, how about this guy? Okay, there we go. One-handed dagger. Cleric robe. Not... Huh, dude, some of these builds are so stupid. But, hey, it gives you... Hey, let's buy Raven Strike. Dude, look at this guy. Look at this freaking guy, dude. He's got the masterpiece. Ugh. Finally, a normal build. Finally, thank you, Patty P. 1997. Oh, jeez. There you go. So now we can do Bow, Badon, and Face Scale Robe, right? I've been flipping Face Scale Robe for the past 4 months. I don't want to flip it anymore, but you get the idea. Just find out. Just go down the list. Just open the category. Go to weapons. Go to bow. Go to longbow. Whatever, and just start flipping. Just the sooner you start dumping your extra silver into the market, the better. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're like a brand new player, market flipping isn't for you just yet. First off, you need to get your gathering settled. You need to work on your gathering so you can work on your silver per hour generation. At this point, you're trading time for money. All right? And then after that, you need to get your island set up so that you can get some sort of passive income while you gather and craft and do other things. Then you got to work on your crafting. So just be a chef. Just pick chef and level that up, and you'll be fine. Once you have premium, all right, once you have premium, spend your focus on being a chef, all right? And then once your islands are good to go, your gathering is tier 8, you got your chef levels pretty high, you're making decent millions of silver per day, mostly passively and very cheaply, then the money's going to start seriously rolling in, the hundreds of millions of silver. Before you know, it's going to pile up after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You're going to have, 200, 300, 400 million silver, and to that point, now you market flip. Now you go to the markets, and then you start dumping all that silver because you have nothing left to buy. You bought all the things you want. You have plenty of money left over. You can now dump it into the market, and then that money becomes more money, and that money becomes more money, and it just stockpiles. It just piles on and on and on and on until you have billions and billions of silver, and you don't know what to do with it, and maybe you just pull the trigger and buy a whole year of premium just because why not? Hell, it's funny. And then you just don't play the game for a year, and then you log in, and you have a whole bunch of learning points. Alright, so it's really up to you what you want to spend your silver on. Me, I like to spend the majority of my silver on combat fame credits through the satchel, through auto respec. That's where almost all of my spending goes. But almost everything's maxed on this. This is an alt character. Swole Benji is an alt character. It is not my main character, okay? And even it's run out of stuff to spend money on or for. So again, market flipping, it's there. I taught you how to do it. I've taught you the basics. If you want to get really down into the nitty-gritty, I've got members-only videos. And yes, I have to do the members-only videos or I can't pay bills or eat food. So don't hate, don't judge. It is what it is. I'm sorry, but not all of us can be born wealthy and privileged. Anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Reddit's really gonna hate this one, just like they've been really hating on my videos lately. So I need your help. I need your help. You made it to the end of the video. Click the like button. Leave a comment that has something to do with the video. Don't ask an irrelevant question about some other video. Go to that video and ask the question. I'll be more likely to answer it on that one, okay? Don't stray off topic. You got it, Buster? Anyway, and then finally, click the video on the right side of your screen. And if you don't click the video that's on the right side of your screen right now, you're only going to get 3.5 hours of sleep, and you're going to be cranky and hungry and tired all day.